Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where wisdom meets strength and where men learn to live with dignity, clarity, and purpose, no matter their age. Today's video dives into a truth many men discover too late. Why staying single is the best thing you can do at old age. Because at a certain stage in life, peace is more valuable than passion, clarity is more rewarding than chaos, and your independence becomes your greatest wealth. This is not about hating anyone. It's about understanding the reality of life as an older man. What truly matters, what drains you, and what gives you longevity, joy, and freedom. So before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Stoic Golden Tribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. It helps the message reach more men who need this wisdom. Chapter 1. Peace is worth more than companionship. There comes a time in a man's life when he finally understands something he never knew in his 20s or 30s. Not every form of companionship brings peace, and peace is the only real luxury you have left as you grow older. When you're young, you can afford drama, you can afford emotional storms, you can afford to waste years trying to fix someone who refuses to fix themselves. But in old age, your peace becomes sacred. Every argument drains you more than it used to. Every disrespect cuts deeper. Every unnecessary demand steals energy you no longer want to waste. And every toxic relationship costs you something your younger self didn't understand, time you can never get back. This is why staying single can be the greatest blessing. Because when you're single at an older age, you finally control your world. You choose your schedule. You protect your routine. You prioritize your health, your silence, your space, and your well-being. You're no longer living for validation. You're no longer trying to impress anyone. You're no longer sacrificing your peace so someone else can feel secure. Being single means you don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to tolerate disrespect. You don't have to deal with someone's mood swings every morning. You don't have to adjust your entire life to fit into someone else's emotional chaos. And here's the deeper truth. At old age, every source of stress becomes a threat to your health and your happiness. Blood pressure rises, sleep becomes shorter, your patience gets thinner, your tolerance for nonsense drops to zero. Being single protects you from unnecessary emotional and physical strain. It allows you to wake up in the morning without fear of conflict. It allows you to end your day in quietness. It allows you to invest your remaining energy into things that truly matter: your goals, your spirituality, your health, your dignity, and the legacy you want to leave behind. A peaceful life is not loneliness. It is self-respect. It is a reward for every battle you survived. And it is a choice many wise men make once they realize how fragile peace truly is. If you're older and single, you are not behind. You are free. Drop a comment below. Tell us, what does peace mean to you at this stage of your life? Chapter 2. The freedom to live life on your terms. When a man reaches old age, one truth becomes crystal clear. Life is too short to negotiate your peace. And this is where staying single becomes one of the greatest blessings you can give yourself. Not because companionship is bad, but because freedom becomes priceless. At this stage of life, a man begins to understand something he never noticed in his youth. Most of the stress, arguments, sacrifices, and emotional drain he experienced earlier in life came because he had to constantly compromise his time, his routines, his space, and his desires for others. But now you finally have the chance to live life exactly the way you want. 1. You wake up when you want, sleep when you want. No one is nagging you. No one is questioning you. No one is pulling you into unnecessary conflict. You can wake up at 5 a.m. to pray, or sleep till 10 a.m. without someone saying, "Why are you still in bed?" This simple freedom, the freedom of your own schedule, is something many men never experience until they're alone. 2. You spend your money with peace, not fear. Let's be honest. There are men who spent their whole lives working, only to retire and have their peace stolen by someone who spends recklessly, complains constantly, or disrespects the value of money. But when you're single, you buy what you want. You save how you want. You invest where you want. Your financial decisions are finally aligned with your values, not influenced by pressure or guilt. 3. You protect your health instead of managing someone else's drama. Older men don't need stress. They need stability. When you're single at an older age, you don't deal with emotional manipulation, silent treatment, arguments over nothing, jealousy, disrespect, insecurity. Instead, your days become calmer, your heart rate stays lower, your mind becomes clearer, and science is clear. Peace adds years to your life. 4. You finally return to your true identity. Many men lose themselves trying to maintain a relationship, trying to please someone, trying to keep the home peaceful, even when they are not happy. But when a man is single in old age, something beautiful happens. He returns to himself. He rediscovers his old passions. He reconnects with his spirituality. He remembers who he was before life became complicated. Whether it's reading, walking, farming, fishing, building, writing, or simply enjoying silence, your identity becomes yours again. 5. You cut off the noise of modern relationship. Games, let's be honest. Modern relationships are not the same as they used to be. Today's dating world comes with entitlement, manipulation, unrealistic expectations, lack of appreciation, constant comparison, emotional pressure. Older men who stay single avoid all of that. No stress, no drama, no begging for respect, no fighting for peace, just your life, your rhythm, your rules. 6. You control your environment. As an older man, your environment determines your happiness. When you're single, your home stays peaceful, your space stays clean, your energy stays protected, your boundaries stay respected. You decide who enters your life and who stays far from it. You no longer tolerate anyone who disrupts your emotional or spiritual peace. 7. You learn the beauty of solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is strength. It is the place where great men think clearly, heal deeply, and grow spiritually. In solitude, you learn to enjoy your own company, build your own routine, think with clarity, feel grateful for your life, find peace in silence. Most men don't know how powerful they are until they spend time alone, truly alone. 8. You become harder to manipulate. When you have no emotional dependency, you become unbreakable. No woman can guilt trip you, use loneliness against you, manipulate your emotions, control your decisions. Because you know you can stand alone, live alone, and be happy alone. That is the highest form of male power. Drop a comment below. Do you prefer staying single at your age, or do you still believe companionship is worth it? Chapter 3. The freedom to live exactly how you want. There comes a time in a man's life when he finally understands a simple truth. Peace is not something you chase. Peace is something you protect. And nothing protects your peace better in old age than having full control over your environment, your time, your routines, your space, and your energy. Staying single gives you the rarest gift a man can have in the later years of his life. The freedom to live life exactly on your terms, without negotiation, without pressure, and without emotional battles. Let's go deeper. 1. You control your time. Completely. When you're single in old age, something powerful happens. Your time belongs entirely to you. You decide when you wake up. You decide when you rest. You decide how to spend your day, without anyone making you feel guilty or obligated. And this is the stage of life where time becomes priceless. You're no longer trying to impress anyone, no longer proving yourself, no longer chasing validation. Your only priority is peace. And staying single gives you a timetable that matches your soul. You read when you want. You watch what you want. You grow at your pace. You sleep without arguments, wake up without tension, and live without the emotional storms that drain older men. This is freedom many married men secretly envy. 2. You keep your home as your sanctuary. At old age, your home is not just a place, it becomes your sanctuary. When you stay single, you control the energy in your home, the level of noise, the cleanliness, the comfort, the visitors, the atmosphere, the daily routine. There is no one nagging you, no one shifting blame, no one creating unpredictable moods, no unnecessary arguments in the morning, no emotional tension at night. Your home becomes a place where you heal, reflect, breathe, and recover. This is something many older men crave deeply, yet never experience because they live in stressful relationships. 3. You avoid emotional, financial, and health-draining conflicts. By old age, your nervous system is fragile. Stress hits harder. Arguments drain your health. Conflict steals your peace. Silent treatment weakens your mental state. Relationship issues increase blood pressure, insomnia, and emotional burnout. Staying single removes emotional manipulation, unnecessary pressure, disrespect, stressful demands, draining arguments, financial expectations, daily conflict cycles. You're not walking on eggshells. You're not proving your worth every day. You're not fighting for respect. You simply live and breathe without disturbance. That peace alone can add years to your life. 4. You finally get to be the man you want to be. When you're older and single, you rediscover yourself, the real you. Not the version you had to perform, not the version you had to shrink, not the version you had to bend into a relationship, but the man you truly are. You return to your old hobbies, your forgotten purpose, your self-respect, your spiritual side, your inner peace, your youthful dreams. You finally have the time, space, and energy to be authentic again. Some men say they feel like they regained their 20-year-old soul, without the confusion, immaturity, or insecurity that came with youth. This is the beauty of being single at an older age. You become your own companion, and you discover he was the best company all along. 5. You don't need relationship drama to feel alive. Many older men stay in stressful relationships because they think they'll feel lonely if they leave. But here's the truth. Loneliness is not the absence of people. It's the absence of peace. A peaceful, single man is never truly lonely. He is centered, grounded, and emotionally stable. He's not looking for external validation. He's not desperate for attention. He's not begging for respect. He has built a balanced life that feeds him mentally, spiritually, and physically. And here's the irony. When a man becomes peaceful and self-contained, people naturally admire him, respect him, and even chase him, because genuine calmness is rare. 6. You live life without regret or obligation. At old age, many men feel trapped, caught between responsibilities, expectations, and emotional demands. But when you choose to stay single, you live life without guilt, obligation, pressure, burdens, people-pleasing, emotional weight. You finally start living for you, not for someone else's approval. Comment below. Do you believe a man is happier and healthier staying single at old age, or do you think companionship is still important? Share your thoughts below. I want to hear from you. Chapter 4. The Greatest Freedom of Old Age. Peace, Purpose, and Power. There comes a stage in a man's life when he finally realizes something he never saw clearly in his younger years. Peace is not just an emotion. It is survival. It is medicine. It is wealth. It is life itself. And the older you get, the more you understand that the world is full of noise, demands, expectations, and emotional burdens that can drain you faster than time itself. This is why, for many older men, staying single becomes the ultimate blessing, the final stage of clarity, the moment when everything finally makes sense. Because when you're single in old age, You enter the chapter of life where you get to do something you never truly did before. You choose yourself. No more walking on eggshells, no more arguments that go nowhere, no more emotional roller coasters, no more being forced to prove your worth to someone who cannot see it. Instead, you wake up with a calm heart. You live at your own pace. Your mind becomes sharp again. Your schedule belongs to you. Your energy becomes sacred. Your silence becomes powerful. You no longer have to sacrifice your well-being trying to fix someone who doesn't want to change. You no longer have to tolerate disrespect just to avoid being alone. You no longer have to worry about pleasing anyone who does not appreciate effort. At this age, you realize that your presence is too valuable to be wasted and your time is too short to be misused. And the moment this realization enters your spirit, everything changes. Staying single at old age gives you something rare: full control of your destiny. You finally get to decide what you want to do with your mornings, how you want to spend your evenings, who gets access to your life, who deserves your company, who is allowed near your peace. You become the gatekeeper of your own world. You protect your energy like a king protects his kingdom. You don't argue, you don't chase, you don't beg, you simply remove yourself from anything that disturbs your spirit. That is power, a deep, quiet, masculine power that only age can give. And here is the beautiful truth. When a man finally chooses peace over pressure, purpose over chaos, solitude over disrespect, he doesn't become lonely, he becomes free. People think older men who choose to stay single are running away from something. No, they are running towards something. They're running toward clarity, focus, health, long life, internal strength, unshakable self-respect. Because the moment you taste freedom after a lifetime of responsibility, you begin to value every breath like gold. You realize you don't need someone to complete you. You only need peace to empower you. Staying single brings you back to your true identity. You reconnect with the man you used to be before life became complicated. You read more, rest more, think deeper, grow spiritually, build your legacy, travel when you want, sleep without stress, enjoy your own company, and most importantly, you learn to love yourself in a way you never did before. In your older years, you become your own best friend, your own advisor, your own protector. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into anyone's expectations. You stop apologizing for wanting peace. You stop explaining why you choose solitude because you finally understand. A peaceful man lives longer. A peaceful man thinks clearer. A peaceful man makes better decisions. A peaceful man experiences real happiness. And this right here is why staying single in old age is not a weakness. It is wisdom, it is strength, it is freedom, it is survival. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below. Do you believe staying single at old age is a blessing or a disadvantage, and why? As we reach the end of this video, I want you to pause and really let this truth sink in. At this stage of life, your peace, your freedom, and your self-respect are more valuable than anything else in the world. Society will try to shame you for staying single. Friends, relatives, and even strangers will tell you that happiness requires a partner, that a man is incomplete without a woman by his side. They will insist that companionship is a necessity, that the late years of life must be spent seeking approval, validation, or love from someone who may not respect your journey. Ignore it all, because the men who understand this truth, the men who walk through life with clarity, wisdom, and dignity, they know something most people never learn. Freedom is priceless, and peace cannot be negotiated. Think about it. At this age, relationships often bring more chaos than comfort. Emotional stress, constant compromises, unnecessary arguments, all these are the chains that can quietly steal your joy if you are not careful. You've spent decades building your life, your character, your wealth, and your legacy. Now is the time to protect what you've earned, not to surrender it to drama or fleeting desires, By choosing to stay single, you reclaim your time, you reclaim your energy, you reclaim your ability to live exactly as you want, without apology or compromise. You wake up in the morning and answer only to yourself. You pursue the things that ignite your spirit, nurture your health, and honor your mind. You travel, you explore, you create, and you live fully, not tethered to someone else's needs, moods, or expectations. And there is something even more powerful here. Men who embrace this truth are often the most respected and admired. They are men who walk through the world with quiet confidence, who do not bend to societal pressures, who hold their heads high because they understand their own value. Others may desire them, not because they chase, not because they compromise, but because they radiate a presence that can't be bought or controlled. You become a man whose life is complete on its own, and that completeness is magnetic. Let me be clear, this is not bitterness, this is not loneliness, this is wisdom in action. It is understanding that at this stage of life you do not need to exchange your peace for companionship. You do not need to settle for less than what you deserve. You do not need to invest in relationships that drain your spirit, take your energy, or compromise your freedom. Every moment you spend in unnecessary entanglements is a moment stolen from the life you could be living, a life filled with clarity, calm, and purpose. So here is my challenge to you. Guard your peace like a treasure, cherish your freedom like a sacred right, and live with intention every single day. Fill your life with experiences that bring fulfillment, with routines that build strength, and with friendships that honor who you are. Choose to be alone, but never lonely. Choose to walk your path with pride, but never in isolation. Surround yourself with men and women who respect your boundaries and honor your journey, but let your happiness always come from within, not from another person. Because here is the ultimate truth. A man who respects himself, who lives on his own terms, who values his peace over approval, is a man who has truly mastered life. You have fought battles, made sacrifices, and learned lessons that the world will never understand. Now it is time to reap the rewards of your wisdom. Stay single, stay strong, stay independent, and let your life be a testament to the power of self-possession. If this message has touched you, if it has awakened something deep within, then like this video, share it with men who need to hear it, and subscribe to the Stoic Golden Tribe. Your engagement ensures that these truths reach more men who are ready to reclaim their lives, their peace, and their freedom. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share how you have learned to honor your independence, protect your peace, and live life on your terms. Let us create a community of men who refuse to settle, who refuse to compromise their worth, and who walk boldly through life with strength, clarity, and purpose. Remember this above all else. Your peace is priceless, your freedom is sacred, and your life is yours to live on your own terms. Don't sacrifice it. Don't compromise it. Don't let anyone take it from you. Stay single, stay powerful, and stay golden. Because at the end of the day, the greatest victory a man can achieve is the mastery of himself. And that mastery is something no one can ever take away. Live wisely, live boldly, live free,